What is up, guys? Welcome on back to TK's Garage, and I have another update for you. John Elkann has been going all over the planet trying to get Stellantis stable since the resignation / firing of Carlos Tavares. And well, there's been another phone call with the one and only Mopar Jesus. Guys, before we get into today's video, being that this is a Mopar video, like most, I guess, on this channel. But anyways, today's video is being brought to you by Destroyer1320.com. If you have a Mopar product, a Challenger, a Charger, a Ram, a Jeep, a Dodge, a Chrysler, whatever you have, even Ford F-150s, we even put those in the group too. Destroyer1320.com has kill switches, neutral strap covers. One of the biggest things I can tell you about car thieves are they only like to steal the low-hanging fruit. Prime example, if your scat pack's outside, windows are rolled down and whatnot, but they see you have a neutral strap cover, there's a kill switch, they see the VIN plates covered or whatever, they're less likely to try to steal that car because it takes them too much time and exposes them too long to try to steal it. So go to Destroyer1320.com, tell them I sent you, and get your vehicle protected today. So guys, I have an update for you concerning Tim Kuniskis. Now, I know some major media outlets had reached out to him, and he said he had nothing to report or nothing he could say. He didn't say no, which is a big item. And I only know this because I know there's an article coming out in the Wall Street Journal about this, because I literally just got off the phone with a reporter from the Wall Street Journal that's writing the article and asked for my input. And I said the same thing. I said, you know, I know that Tim Kuniskis has a very positive opportunity in front of him, not Stellantis related. And the deal from John Elkann to Tim Kuniskis would have to be so good. It would have to, like I said, I personally said $150 million. That's what you give. You give him a compensation package of $150 million. You know, money can fix relationships when it comes to that situation. And evidently, the second call in a 7-day period has gone down between John Elkann and Tim Kuniskis. Now, I think John Elkann has now come to the realization that the American brands are what are making the most money for Stellantis. It is their cash cow. And to not focus on that and not push what those brands actually are has caused them to lose a ton of money. And the one person that literally built FCA up, and I'm even talking about Fiat and Maserati, the one person, actually, you know, Kuniskis and Giles, but the one person that really pushed and got these Hellcats going and made Dodge the envy of both General Motors and Ford when it came to 800 horsepower sedans is Tim Kuniskis. And they would have to bring him back on board, I think, to have a solid win to be able to really turn this thing around, right? I think instantly you announce Tim Kuniskis as CEO, or Ralph Giles, but Tim Kuniskis as CEO, and you see a surge in that stock price like you ain't never seen, because I'm telling you right now, with what's going on with emissions, what the incoming president is saying, you put him in as CEO, you give him what he wants to make him feel better about the way you did him, right? You give him autonomy to be able to push this. And guess what? For you guys in Europe, you Maserati fans, that also makes Maserati better. I'm telling you right now, you give him the ability to take a Ghibli and throw a Hellcat engine in that sucker. In a Ghibli? An 800 horsepower Ghibli? Are you kidding me? What? Look, I understand that a lot of people in Europe are not big on the muscle car thing, but there's ways that you can take those engines and make them more European and really revitalize Maserati to make it kind of what Dodge is here in the U.S. And I think Tim Kuniskis could get that done. That saying, I literally just talked with a friend of mine that's over in Italy, right now, and just said, hey, John Elkann's been over here, and he had a conversation with people at Maserati. Video on that later if I get some relevant information on it. But the good news is this. The point of the video is this. If they've had 2 phone calls now, that means there has to be interest. If there's 2 phone calls now, that means there has to be interest between the 2 parties. So that's a positive. That is a positive development. Not saying that it's a done deal, because, you know, the second I find out what the situation is there, I'm going to report it here. You know it. But there is still hope that Mopar Jesus could come back, revitalize the brand. Could you imagine the credit that this guy gets if he comes back and in an 18-month period, the company was already here, he left, Tavares and them ran it down here, and he comes back and it gets back to here, and it's profitable? Oh, in the automotive world, it goes down to history. Like, that's not even a question. Instant record-breaking history. But I digress. We'll see what happens. Second phone call in a week is definitely positive. If you're a Tim Kuniskis fan and you want to see him come back and run Stellantis. But anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Give the video a big thumbs up if you like what I do. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And as always, stay petty, my friends.